Hello everybody, and welcome back to Grounded 2. Today we are trying to follow some more main objectives here, and that is going to start with overloading the mixer. We need to go find the mixer over, where is it? Over here. That's being blocked by the objective marker for me. This Grass Games mixer, it's hiding over here under the skateboard. And we need to go turn that thing on, defend it, and see if we can get that overloaded. That is kind of our next main story quest thing that we are going to be focusing on. We do have the option just to head straight on over to the network center, but I think that it feels like a good idea to take care of the mixer. Just since that's going to be, at least kind of based on what the story is telling us, that's going to be weakening the orc bugs. It's taking out the strangers' control over the orcs in the region, so that seems like a good idea to do before actually confronting the stranger. Now, I imagine that they will still have some orcs under their control whenever we go try to confront them at the network center, but you know, it can't hurt to try to do what we can to give ourselves the best fighting chance possible. So we are going to need to make sure that we are in the best shape possible to go do that event, and right now our gear is looking a little bit rough. So, you know, our armor's actually not that bad, but our weapons and shield there could use a little bit of love. I think the rest of our gear is looking all right. We probably are going to want to make some more smoothies and bandages before we would actually kick off the event. And you know what? Let's just see if we can go ahead and do that right now. So, basically, we need to head on over to the skateboard, where the mixer is, and get some defenses set up. And if we're going to be doing that, we don't really have a ton of things that we can use for defenses right now. But we can see here what we do have to work with. I must have passed it. The one main thing that we do have, is it in this section? Yes, the spike strip. So I want to make sure we bring over some of these extra materials here. So we need to grab our thistle, the sap, and the crude rope. Bring that over with us. And, you know, the orc disruption bombs may not be a bad idea as well. We could consider that too. So some orc receivers, pine needles, sap, and silk rope. And then otherwise, I don't totally know what our best bet is as far as the building strength. I don't know if pine or stem is actually going to be any stronger. Does our Scabby have any information about that anywhere? Not that I can think of. So that's fine. Given the order of things here, it would make me think that the pine might be slightly more durable than the stems. Now, I think the strongest option would probably still be building these palisade walls, but they are going to take a lot of stems. Like, that's going to take 2 rope and 8 stems for one wall section, whereas just the normal wall, even if we still did stems, that's only just going to take purely 3 stems. So, I mean, it is more than twice as expensive. So it may not be worth really using palisades. We'll have to make that judgment call over there, but that's going to be significantly more affordable. Yeah, we'll have to consider that, because I don't want to just spend like an hour literally just harvesting stems everywhere. That's not going to be very fun at all. But yeah, let's just stop talking about this and get a move on. All right, so as we head out here, I might take some food with us as well. Probably taking a mite loaf may not be a bad idea. That'll give us some attack stamina, which could be useful. And I think that might be all that we worry about for right now. Let's get our ant buggy out here to help us out. And yeah, we will probably go ahead and once we get over to the mixer, we will get a little campfire set up and a lean-to. That way we can just have some food ready right there and have a respawn point in case everything goes horribly wrong. Which, you know, it most definitely will not. We are gonna just do this flawlessly for sure.
Let's reestablish homeostasis.
I mean, you know, this isn't my first mixer. I mean, it's not like it's been 2 years since I've done this or anything. Alright, Scorpion, you just had to ambush us on the way, didn't you? We're just getting our combat warm-up in. That's what this is. There we go. Oh, more scorpions. Never mind. Not there we go. Haha, but the shield got him. Ooh, I guess one thing I could have considered was grabbing our fancy new special shield. I'm already forgetting the name of it, but the fun, like, special ladybug shield that we got, I think that was last time? I can't remember things. But that would maybe be beneficial, given the kind of special ability that we noted with it, where it would help essentially keep our ant in the fight longer, because blocking would heal our buggy, and so that would just, you know, give us a bit of an assist. What is snoring? Oh, it's just a little bee. We're just gonna leave it alone. There we go. All right, got some aphid. Now we just need to get stuff to make ourselves a little campfire and a lean-to. And we can get that thing all cooked up so that we are no longer hungry. So we want to save that mite loaf for the actual defense event. Don't want to be burning through that just yet. But then once we get that all cooked up, or at least get the campfire and lean-to set up, I should say, then we can get to setting up the actual defenses. I just need to find a spot to grab some clover. Ah, here we go. Here is our clover. Right over here by the sprinkler. Oh, hello, mosquito. Don't mind me. I really do like this area. I really am kind of curious if after we deal with this mixer, if this would be able to become a base location. But anyway, for now, let's get a lean-to. And I don't know whether I want to put that, like, right in the middle, because we're going to be trying to put defenses around it, so if I died, like, hopefully things would be defended, or if we want to just kind of tuck this back here. Tucking it back here might be smarter, so we'll do that for now. And we'll just quickly build those. And throw our food on the fire. Oh, and I should probably go ahead and set this respawn point before I forget about it, because that would be very easy to do. So, you know what, Buggy? You're just gonna go to the nest for now, because you're just gonna keep getting in my way while we set this up, and then I will call you when we are ready. Actually, I'll probably be calling you very quickly, because I will want your help for chopping all of these weeds. Hello there, Scorpion. No big deal whatsoever. All right, so as we were trying to do, so we need to figure out exactly how big of defenses we need to set up around this thing. So, I mean, I would like, if I can, to just like, set up like a little octagon kind of thing. And I think that this is gonna work, actually. Yeah, so we can do that and have the whole thing covered. Now, I may need to make sure that I have a way in and out, but I might just do that with like a little platform halfway up rather than making a door. Because a door might just be slightly less strong. But it may not actually be any different because I'm not actually using palisades. So let's just go for it. Door. We'll throw a door there. And I'm gonna need a couple more sprigs for that. And then we're gonna need to start getting a bunch of stems. And luckily there's a bunch of stems right there. So let's just go ahead and call our ant back, and we can get some of this going. So this will at least be a first layer of defenses, and I think that we're going to end up doing at least a decent amount more than this. We will see how much more, but that's at least a start. And then I'll probably start putting some of these spikes. Oh, right. The ant can't actually chop this. I forgot about that, but it can help us pick up and carry all of these once I do chop them. But yeah, we'll put some of those spike strips around the outside of this at the very least. And then that will at least do some damage to the bugs if they do get to that wall. And then I'm thinking that we might put at least one layer of, even if it's just a short wall, put one more layer of wall around that, and I'm debating if we also want to try to put a ceiling over the top in case we get like some mosquitoes or butterflies or bees in. There's enough flying bugs in the game, and I mean, we literally were seeing a bee. Granted, I mean, it was not an orc bee, but there was at least a bee sleeping literally on top of the skateboard there. So they can be in the area, and I'm imagining that we'll just be getting like orc variants of relevant things here, although it could just be literally any bugs that could be in this part of the yard. It may not have to be stuff that would be specifically in this area, knowing that based on the kind of description that we were getting, it seems like these MIXR events are to... What am I hearing? Oh, it's just the snoring bee again. That these MIXR events are basically to be disabling orc bugs for like entire regions of the yard. Sorry, not the yard, the park. I've still been doing that quite regularly. But yeah, we will start with this. So that's a nice little ring. And, oh, here we go. It tells us actually what we're defending against. So we are going to have to deal with a mantis, which we have not even fought a regular mantis yet. There are no flying bugs, it looks like. So we've got weevils, soldier ants. I don't know if that's an orb weaver or an orb weaver junior, but given the difficulty of the other bugs, I'm guessing that's a full-blown orb weaver. I don't know if that's a scorpion or a junior, but some sort of scorpion, ladybugs, and mantises. Okay, so that's going to be definitely a bit tough. Mantises do jump, given, I mean, I have not fought one in this game, as you guys know, but since they are very heavily based off of the Orchid Mantis from Grounded 1. Like, it does a nice hefty jump attack. So, it is a safe assumption, I think, that these will be doing that same kind of thing. So we will need to consider that. So it may not hurt to still do a roof, despite no flying bugs. Here, and then one thing I might consider, I'm curious. Okay, does that work exactly like that? Yeah, okay, so we can pretty easily do a double layer of walls. Oh, that needed stability. That is interesting. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that there for now. Apparently that's not quite touching the ground. Which is not great. So actually what we're gonna do is we're going to... Can I sink this by half a level? Yeah, there we go. We're gonna put these half a level... Oops. Into the ground. And do a full wall this way. I know that, like, a lot of these I probably could just do a, do, like, an actual half wall. But we're just trying to be safe here. So, and now that I've got those in, I should be able to cancel that blueprint. Although, I mean, like, having some cross walls in here would not necessarily be the worst idea. It would just only add more things that the bugs would have to get through if they managed to break some of the walls, but I don't think that we need to go that crazy with it. But who knows? Maybe this will end up being kind of brutal. I have no idea. And then I've also got to think how crazy we want to go with the spike strips. Because we definitely want them on the outside of everything, just to slow the bugs down. But do we also want to put any kind of on this middle layer? Just in case, like, I mean, I would imagine that at some point something's gonna break that next layer, just given the difficulty of bugs that are gonna be coming in. So, I mean, we could throw some spikes in there. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore the spiderling and we'll finish off our little defenses here. I mean, I feel like this is already looking pretty nice. Yeah, let's pull out the spike strips. That was this way? Yeah, and see what this is gonna look like here. Yeah, let's just... I mean, what if we actually go, like, a little crazy with it? And do, like, 3 on the long side. It, like, really is kind of difficult to push this all the way up against the wall there. And we go, like, 1, 2... and 3, and we'll just do this all the way around. Alright, so we've got all these spike strips. Let's see, I think this is like something like 16 spike strips. Let's see if we've got enough materials for all these. I know we're out of stems, but just making sure we got enough of everything else, and it looks like we do. So we just need to go chop down a good handful more stems.
Favorite new mode of
and that should be pretty good. And then we could... Then we just have to decide if we want another layer on the inside. Or even another layer on the outside. Just like kind of double up our spike strip layer to really make sure that they're doing damage. I also kind of wonder if we need to pull those out any further from the wall to make them effective. Again, I just haven't used spike strips very much, so I honestly don't know how to make them the most effective. Well, that was weird. That just like, I chopped that and then its stems just vanished on me. That's not very nice. All right. So that completes the outer layer here. How are we doing on materials? We're getting a bit... Oh, no, we got a lot of sap still. We're a little bit low on needles, but those are really easy to come by, and we're pretty good on rope. If you don't mind harvesting more of the stems to make this work, I think that we would be all clear to just make another layer of spike strips. So I'll get another layer going in here. All right, so we're out of thistle now, but we've still got everything else. All right, so yeah, if we just go get some thistle and how many more stems? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more stems. That would finish off the inner layer of spikes, and honestly, I think that that's probably pretty good for defenses. We could consider still making a roof for this, but it's probably not necessary. We'll see how I'm feeling. We could always throw just a quick clover roof over the top.
Quite an efficient way to get
All right,
around.
we got a nice little sleep through the night there. We've got all these stems placed, so we just need to go find a thistle plant to get the last of the
Nothing
actual
like H2O.
spikes placed on those traps. So hopefully there's one reasonably close. Yeah, let's hop up actually on the skateboard and take a look around. Is that our closest one over there? I think it might be. All right, we're heading right over there then.
You've gone soft these last 2 years. Prove me wrong.
Well, we might be doing some double defense duty here, but that, I mean, if we were over here, I mean, I don't want to be really doing that during our mixer fight. Uh-oh, our weevils are back.
Obliterated.
That is not what I really wanted to see. But, I mean, our spike strip is working. Aww. Well, luckily, we can easily do some repairs here to fix up that damage. Oof, but one weevil does a pretty decent amount of damage there. I almost wonder if we should have spread our walls apart just a bit more. Okay, did we get all these built? Not quite. Alright, get the rest of these repaired. What else needs fixing? You need fixing. You need fixing, no. You do, though. See, okay, this is one thing with the Omni tool being our repair tool that's a little bit annoying. Is I can't just, like, pull out the repair tool and have it immediately highlight everything. The highlighting seems a bit inconsistent on whether it immediately brings out the red outlines on things. Gee, like, it's not the end of the world, but it would be nice if it was just a bit more I don't know, easy to know to toggle on or something. It's where it was nice, just, you know, when I had my old wrench, I pulled out the wrench and I immediately saw what needed the wrench, and don't quite have that anymore. But It's alright. It's not just a huge deal. So I think we are gonna go ahead and put a roof over everything. Just why not? I got enough extra stems, so it should be easy enough to throw that together here. I think I just need like one more clover. I think that should be enough. Let's see. Hopefully I have enough sap. I guess that could be a slight problem. And hopefully it does actually let me build in here over the top of it. We will find out. Let's see. Roofs. So I need a roof corner there. I need a roof corner here. I need a roof corner here. And I need a roof corner here. And we need just a regular roof in these sides. Alright. And then we'll just put a nice little dome on the top. There we go. So now we are nice and sealed in here for this mixer. So we do get a decent amount of raw science for this as well, which will be nice. Which, I mean, we're in decent shape on raw science, so, like, it's not a huge deal. But, actually, you know what? Let me take all these. I think I'm gonna keep extra stems inside here in case we need it, but it's gonna be a little bit annoying to have them on my buggy while it is fighting. Alright, so yeah, we will drop these all in here. And, alright, so let's take stock real quick of what
Astonishing.
we need to do for this fight. Let's see. I know my health isn't quite full right now. I'd rather not use a bandage if I can help it. Ooh, but we were gonna eat the mite loaf beforehand anyway.
Specimen.
Let's see. I might throw some extra inventory things on you that I don't need. Who knows? I may end up regretting that later if I feel like I ended up needing the some building materials, but I mean, if it's in the area, I can still auto build from it anyway. So okay, I will grab that weevil roast. That way we have it available. And then I just need to grab a sip of water from somewhere. All right, so before we jump into this, we need to check a couple last things. So of these, we do have venom from scorpions, but it doesn't seem like we would have like wolf spiders or anything where the venom is like really bad. So if we want to check our mutations here, basically this is what I was trying to think here. I don't think that we need to worry about this. But what we might want is guard dog. So guarding locations deal increased damage to creatures in defense events. So it's only level 1, but I think that's going to be good. I think we'll do the Javelineer because we're going to probably use our spear some. And I know that technically that doesn't synergize the best with our armor, but that way if we switch between the sickles, our armor helps our sickles, our mutation helps our spear. We've got that to help our shield with our spear. Cardio fan, I think, is our best bet down here. Yeah, I think that this is going to be about as good as we get. And if it goes horribly, then we reevaluate. Okay, so all this is looking fine. I should probably actually pull out my shield here. And Ant, I hope you're ready. So we just need to eat this, and I think that we are then ready to go. All right, buddy.
Brave little one.
Be brave indeed. I mean, I guess we're sending it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Ooh, I know what I'm forgetting. The orc bombs. Ooh, am I out of sap? I am indeed out of sap. How much did those take? 2 sap. Let's see if we can at least grab just a bit of sap. Does this stick have any sap on it? No. Man, we like had just enough sap to finish our roof and everything. That's kind of crazy. I'm feeling kind of impatient and just want to get this started, so we may just send it without the disruption bombs. I think that maybe we do. Let's get just one more sip of water since I was stalling. And we eat our mite loaf. That apparently does not heal us, so we are going to go ahead and just use a bandage. That will get healed up, and we initiate.
Under this park. What's a few more?
All right. Alright, get some repairs in. Oh no! Oh geez, that did not list everything that was coming then. Because we've got all types of orb weavers right now. Oof, and my frames are struggling. I really hope my game does not crash. Ooh, Orc Spiraling Gold card. Nice. Alright, we need to... Oh, jeez.
No, my steed. Now let's see who needs help.
Alright, so we're good for the moment.
May you live another day.
I hope that we do have... I hope that I've
This
peeped
counts
all
as
these
research,
things. I need to do a few repairs. Oh, we got the scorpions coming in. Alright, we're looking good on keeping these so far. I need to not be so worried about peeping and just fight.
The bug's in dire straits. The end is falling.
Venom there is not looking great. I'm so sorry, I'm like so quiet here. There's just a lot going on. Alright, bandage. Oh shoot, there is our mantis. Oh, that's our buggy.
Get my bug out of trouble.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get our bug up.
Whoop.
Ooh, ow.
Incredible.
Wait, what?
You think I assembled an army for fun? I worked so hard.
Oh my.
We didn't want your army to kill us is all.
Oh, dang. She is not happy. All right. Well, hey, our defenses held really well. Did they even make it inside? Like almost all of our spike strips are gone, but that's because they were doing actually really good damage. I may be being too harsh on spike strips and not giving them nearly enough credit. Oh, that bug just despawned before we could go harvest it. Now, I mean, like, everything is damaged here pretty bad. But, I mean, we can run around with a repair tool here for a minute and just give everything a bit of love. I do want to kind of see what's going on with the mixer. I mean, I guess it's just toast. Oh, there we go. I got the raw science from it. That's neat. I did not even realize I needed to actually hop up on here to get it. I was just trying to repair my roof. Well, I'm gonna finish repairing all of this here real quick, and we may use this as just our little spot to defend ourselves against the raid. If that's even still happening, I don't know if we just basically stopped that by doing the mixer here. But all in all, that was not too bad. I was gonna say that felt maybe even easier than doing the icicles event, but we had, first of all, we had help from our buggy, and second of all, we had defenses around the mixer that the bugs were targeting, and they definitely were targeting the mixer a lot more than they were targeting the icicles, and so our defenses were able to absorb a lot there and help out quite a bit. So I mean, watching the defenses take out like a number of the scorplings and everything, I mean, if we had this much set up in the ice cream cart whenever we were doing those icicles, that would have been, I mean, nearly trivial. I will be curious if they'll make the mixers like repeatable, just to be able to have kind of like a nice way to farm bug parts in a sense. And just as a fun challenge, like, you know, gotta love a good challenge event. So, you know, not bad. A couple of the interior spike strips, as we were going around there, it looks like did also get destroyed. I'm guessing from some of those weevil explosions. Those weevil explosions, honestly, are pretty rough on your actual physical defenses. But yeah, the walls held. There was one that almost broke, but this little defensive setup actually worked really well for us. So if you're looking for a way to defend your mixer, this was basically just like a little octagonal structure around the mixer with roofs on top, and then I just went from one wall, from one of the kind of flat walls, not the angled walls. I went one out, dropped it down half a block to make sure that nothing could possibly come under it. And then it's two angled walls, one flat wall, all the way around, just for kind of that extra barricade, and then just a layer of spikes on the outside, a layer of spikes in the middle. And that held very well. Now, I am just on normal difficulty. I'm not on woe mode. So woe might be a different story and that may not be sufficient, but on solo normal, this was not too bad. Yeah, so with that done, we do kind of have night falling here, so we'll need to account for that. It does seem like I've not gotten another threat of a raid coming in from the stranger. So I think by completing the MIXR, we did even stop tonight's would-be raid. So the other main task, so if we look at our main quests here, we're down to just the networking, and we need to enter the statue. Now that being said, I have a feeling that that is going to be quite the adventure, and that's probably going to take a full episode in and of itself. So I don't think that I want to take that on today. I'm a little bit short on time today. Just honestly, work has been crazy this week. Oh my gosh, there's so many weevils around. And so I've kind of just left myself very little time to record and edit for this Thursday's episode. So I think that we may have to cut things just a little bit shorter than normal.
Let's reestablish.
But we don't necessarily need to end things like right now. Ooh, we do have a lot of scorpions right here. But what I do think that I want to do is we've got a couple of mantis parts that we need to scan. And what I was kind of thinking is, ooh, we've actually got an outpost right here that we could scan it. Is that, you know, we just fought an orc mantis. Now, technically, that should be kind of the harder version. But we could go try to find a regular mantis to go beat up, go take on in battle. So let's get these analyzed at least and see what goodies that might give us. All right, the stuffed mantis, that's nothing too surprising. How about you? Ooh, a mantis blade. What is that looking like? Crafting weapons. Mantis, it's a tier 3. And we need another mantis claw and 2 more mantis chunks. And if we got basically the same drops we got this last time, like we're halfway there. That looks pretty darn cool. So yeah, I mean that, I'm kind of doubling down on that. I think we need to go find a mantis to go take on. All right, so our other thing here is that we need to spend some science. Now, all right, this is very interesting to me. I've bought this Pebblet Foundation, I'm pretty sure, about 4 times. And it's a known bug. And I thought that they had said that was fixed. And that we don't need to buy that anymore, and that shouldn't be showing up anymore. But I'm almost curious, like, do we need to get it one more time? No, we do have the Pebblet Foundations, so that it just shouldn't be there anymore. Well, hopefully that gets actually fixed here at some point, because that's really annoying. But anyway, not important for the moment. What is important is that we got a lot more science to spend. So let's go ahead and get our whetstone recipe. That way we can make sure we can make plenty of upgrade materials for our equipment. And I swear that we got ladders as well. I'll double check on that in a moment. Acorn turrets, I think that technically we were probably supposed to get to help out with that MIXR defense that we just did. But I think that that's actually one of our ranger challenges right now, is to even build an acorn turret, so we may as well get that so we can spend some raw science to get some raw science. Yeah, let me check if we can actually build a ladder already. Do we have ladders unlocked? It's kind of looking like not, so I guess we do need to get ladders. I guess I did wait on that. We do have a cookbook with scorpion parts, apple bits and thistle, or bee fuzz, acorn, and pollen. None of those resources are like super readily available, but at least the bee fuzz has become a lot better since my ever so painful experience trying to get enough bee fuzz for our warm fuzzy armor set. So let's go ahead and get the cookbook. I'm not too worried about the basketball stuff just yet. We already have this, and that basically brings us down to signs. Are there any of these that would be fun to have if we do any base building just for some cool decoration? That is actually really neat. Just kind of like facing off the two buggies that we have in the game right now. That's also kind of the same one. That's actually kind of fun. Yeah, there's lots of like spider versus ant in that sign set. I actually like that. Like if we made like a stable or something, especially once we get our spider, a lot of these signs could be quite a bit of fun. Now this one's the one that's actually called buggy, but overall, like it's not quite as fun. The blueprint's kind of cool there. And then the fuzz set, the little spider that's saying hi is kind of adorable, but not as relevant. I'm kind of tempted to get this one just for a little bit of decorating if we end up doing that. I like those signs a lot. We're just gonna do it. I know that that burns through a lot of raw science, and if we get this chip here in the next episode, I may end up regretting that. But you know, we'll earn more raw science, I'm sure. Now I do also kind of want to check the
That gosh darn
comms.
device isn't giving you too much trouble. Sorry, by the way, for the language.
You're good. That is the least intense language ever. All right, yeah, I was curious if we could report back that we overloaded the mixer and if that would unlock any more interesting dialogue. So yeah, we did it.
Then I suppose this region is free. Liberated. Great work.
Thank you.
All that's left is to confront her in person.
All right, well, we're not exactly on our way to the network center, but we will be on our next episode.
Good luck. I wish I could pack you a snack or shrink down, fight alongside you. No, they won't let me. And to be honest, my fighting skills are non-existent.
I mean, I would take a snack. You could just like chuck a snack over the fence into the park, even if you're not allowed into the park. I wouldn't mind that. Honestly, while I still don't trust them, like some of this is the most like earnest sounding dialogue that she's had about actually helping. Now that could be just because she wants us to beat the stranger, not that she actually wants to help us particularly, but it is nice that you wish you could help her. So yeah, let's head on out of here and then see if we can go find a mantis to go take down and hopefully get the parts we need for that cool looking sword. So there's two places that we could check for this that I know of. We've seen one mantis, I think somewhere right around here-ish. And then the other spot is that there's very frequently been one right over behind our base. So, but that one has been either hiding from me or not there as much lately. So, we'll try down here first, but I'm sorry, Caterpillar. I need some more juice for bandages. Okay. It was somewhere around here. Oh, hello. Wait, is that a cockroach queen? What? Why is there a cockroach queen around here? Wait, did we fight a cockroach queen once before? So I was really confused when we got to the, fire pit and there was a cockroach queen. Oh, I guess we're fighting one right now. But yeah, we got to the top of the fire pit and there was a cockroach queen that it was saying we had fought two of them. And at that point in time, at least, that was before I had gone back in the toxic anthill a second time. And so I definitely had not at that point. But I know that we had fought a big cockroach, I think somewhere generally in this area? And if there's just a cockroach queen chilling out here, maybe it was this one? I just don't remember that. And I feel like with the big health bar, we would have remembered that. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was just a cockroach. Well, we got to our bug just in time here.
Take care of it.
All right. So yes, where would that mantis be? I feel like it was right up on, I thought it was on this that I would normally see the mantis. Was it on that one? Oh, no, that's a bombardier. I'm not here for you, bombardier. I'm looking for a mantis. We got multiple bombardiers, though. Oh, you know what I need to use? That we got a while ago, and I still have not used once, is just our resource scanner. So if I open this, yeah, resource finder, I need a mantis chunk. Yeah, there we go. So is there one by our base? Okay, so it looks like the one by our base should still be there. But it's on this flower right over here. Aha! There it is.
This counts as research.
So it is weak to fresh and slashing. So what we need to do is get these bad boys out after we shoot it down. Oh, I missed. I was gonna say, why does this one feel harder than the other? But that's because we didn't actually finish fighting the other. We just beat the wave defense and it died. But there we go. Yeah, that thing does quite a bit of damage. I feel like, I don't know if I need to like adjust my FOV or something, but I mean, part of it is these are just like a really close range weapon, but it felt like to get close enough to attack it, it was really hard to read its attacks. It does look like we got all of the mantis parts that we needed, though. Did we get any other new parts? I don't think so. It looks like just those two. So it doesn't look like there was like a mantis head or anything like that. Looks like it was just the claw and the body, but that is enough to make the sword.
As Allie would say.
So yeah, let's head back to base and do that. Honestly, we could also just kind of take stock of what other gear we might be able to make. Because really, it's just kind of been a while since I've looked at any potential new crafting recipes, whether that be armor or weapons. And there might be some good stuff to craft that might help us out, especially knowing that we're going to be going into the networking center next time, and we want to make sure we have the best gear that we possibly can. So let's go see what all we can do to equip ourselves. All right, so I got all of our gear put away, so we should be all sorted out there. But we need to now take a look at all of our equipment here. It's the Mantis Blade. That is definitely something that I would like to make. It just seems too cool not to have on hand. I don't even know if we'll end up using it all that much, but it's a tier 3 weapon. It looks cool. We're making it. What other good stuff do we have? Shield-wise, we've done everything we really can. Dual wield. The Wolf's Bane Fangs. A pair of nimble daggers made from wolf spider fangs that inflict venom. Now, I think there was also some wolf spider armor that we might be able to make. Oh, and there's this wolf stringer that we could potentially make. A high-quality bow made of sinewy wolf spider chunks. I wonder how that compares to our other bow. That has kind of that special effect, that cheap shot effect, which, given that it can be hard sometimes to just do like full ranged, especially as a solo player, that cheap shot effect could be really helpful, I think, a lot of the time. So we got like 2.5 on damage, just over 3 on speed and crit, and not much stun at all. So that's over 3 damage, about the same speed, definitely more crit. It depends on how much that cheap shot damage bonus is, honestly. We may have to try to do some testing on that, but that costs about the same. It's the spider fangs, really, or the venom that I'm concerned about. Oh, that would take like all of our venom to do the fangs. So let's look at armor here. Oh, I wonder if I should have made this orc nullifier before we did that MIXR event. An ominous device that jams the aggression protocols of orc receivers. Orc attack down. That might be a smart one to make for the upcoming storming of the network center. So honestly, we're gonna go ahead and make that right now before I forget about it. Oh, there is a praying mantis head. So we just don't have that yet. Shock attack adds a flat amount of shock damage to all your melee attacks, and then haywire, charge attacks hit orc creatures, overloads their receivers, unleashing a shocking blast around them. That's pretty cool. Oh, and the orc attack down, attack hits reduce damage dealt by orc creatures for a short duration. Which in a way that, like, if we're doing our blocking properly, that isn't an issue. But when it becomes an issue, it could be a big issue just because those orcs can be really strong. Like, I'm thinking back to the bee, the orc bee the other episode. That just like really hit hard. So I still think the orc nullifier might be the way to go. So as far as some of this other armor, we do have this tier 3 wolf hood. And yeah, that would take 3 of our venom. So we couldn't make this and the daggers. And so this one differs from the Orb Weaver set with the Venomous Dasher. So dash strikes using dual wield weapons inflict venom buildup. So we honestly, I don't know that we need the wolf daggers because we get venom anyway. So we could use our icicles and get both venom and fresh, I think. Looking at the two, I mean, it's a bit more defense and resistance. I'm going to be so curious at whatever point these start going like up substantially. The other thing we have is the snail shell cask, but I don't think we're going to have nearly enough snail stuff to make like a full set. We do have the roach things, but this is the fighter armor. This is one thing that I am not a big fan of, that fighter armor, as far as I can tell, just really doesn't help single players. Because melee attacks generate more threat, which that's good if you're trying to basically be the tank for your multiplayer group. And then like your other players could be like a mage or a ranger and do attacks from afar. And then you keep the bugs focused on you, and then you have like the higher defense and whatever on your armor. But for a solo player, like, you're the only one around to be having the threat on you anyway, so like that bonus doesn't do any good. So I would like to see this adjusted, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on how that works and there is some way that it benefits solo players. If you know anything about that, I would love to hear it. Because as it stands, like, I have no desire to use fighter armor. But yeah, it's just like, as a solo player, like, why would you not always use rogue armor over fighter armor? So yeah, anyway, is there any other things? I mean, like, we do have things like the butterfly set, which is just some more mage armor. But like, I'm not the biggest into doing mage stuff. Again, mage stuff just doesn't really function the best as a solo player. It just feels a little bit too slow. And once bugs are like up in your face, it just didn't really work. Now the northern set could be interesting if we did the northern armor and the wolf daggers, because then the daggers would inflict venom, and then our armor bonus would let us deal increased damage to the venomized enemy. That could be interesting. Now, I guess the other thing is, I was calling this like the set bonus. That's not the set bonus. That's just kind of the secondary trait for these armor pieces. I can't see the set bonus until I craft the whole set. I really wish that they would change that as well. I should be able to see what the whole set bonus is without crafting it all. That said, I think I actually did craft the whole northern set. I did craft the whole northern set. Yeah, I crafted a few more pieces of armor that we had like the partial sets for the other day. Just because it was bothering me that we had partial sets when we did finally have the resources for it. So we can see what the set bonus is for this. So creatures you ambush with melee weapons are stunned. That's kind of cool. So I don't think that it's going to be the best for us in the networking center, but if we're just like out and about in the yard, the crippling strike effect could be pretty good, because if we can sneak up on an enemy, and especially if we did this with the wolf daggers, we could inflict venom and stun them right away. And then after we inflict that venom, we're going to be doing even more damage while they're stunned, and they're basically just not going to have a chance. They're not going to have a chance to attack back. So that'd be really good. But again, I don't think that that's going to maybe be the best while we're in a lab. But that is good to know. So you know what? As I was saying, while that would be good with the wolf spider daggers, I think I am just curious. I think I want to try to make the wolf spider set if we can make the full set. So let's just sanity check that here. Where is it? Wolf leggings. That's just spider chunks. Wolf spalders is just spider chunks. Okay, so we can make the whole thing. Let's go for it. And we've got a full set of wolf gear, and that just does look pretty darn cool. So let's look at the stat details, and we've got deadly venom. Melee hits might increase venom damage for a short duration. So, I mean, this still might work really well with a venom weapon if we could get one. But at the very least, if we can at least inflict venom this way, this still does stack with it. And that is pretty cool. That does just, that set looks really neat. I mean, I still like the Orb Weaver one as well, but we might rock this wolf spider one for now. And then just to top it off, let's pull this thing out. Oh man, here we sleep through the night so we can actually see this thing in the daylight. Oh man, this actually, for a heavy, that swings pretty fast. Oh, and it's like a stab? Like a thrust attack. That is pretty neat. I'm on board with that. We're gonna test this out real quick on the deadliest enemy available to us. The ever so ferocious caterpillar. I mean, that does feel pretty good, I've got to say. Most two-handed weapons, I feel like, can feel just a little bit slow. I mean, not that I don't use them. I've definitely used plenty in Grounded 1. But yeah, I mean, that feels good. So that's going to be fun to test out in a few different scenarios. But anyway, I think that may have to do it for today. But honestly, I think that we're looking pretty darn good to be able to head on over to the network center next time Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do just appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving on the series so far. It really does mean a lot. If you guys did enjoy today's episode and seeing us conquer the mixer, getting rid of those nasty orc bugs here in the beginnings of the park, please do leave a like on the video. It does help me out a lot. Otherwise, if you want to make sure that you catch the next episode, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all again here very soon with some more Grounded 2. See ya.